Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. Wow. We're seeing some excitement tonight with Bitcoin and crypto. And I'm going to try to explain why everything is pumping right now and why everyone is feeling much better. So what does this mean? Are we going to see more gains for this coming week? Well, let's discuss. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest articles on CryptosRUs.com. Man, the chat is going nuts. Even though I have slow chat on, the chat is going nuts. You guys are feeling it. We're finally seeing a good old-fashioned pump. We haven't experienced this for months now. It's like you've been holding it in, right? And now you get to have a good release because of this pump. And you can see the volume, man. Volume definitely picked up. I'm on a 1-hour chart. If you go down, we had a huge spike up, a huge wick, all the way to about 39.7, almost 40,000. Then we came down a little bit. We came up a little bit. Right now, we're still hovering about 38,000 plus, which is fantastic. Just this morning, we were still around 34,000, 33,000. We were having a hard time breaking that 34,000-ish, that 50-day SMA. We have broken through that. We have broken through another resistance, which is around 35.5. So the next one up is really at $41,000. 41,000. So can we get there tonight or tomorrow? Quite possibly. Right now, what's really giving Bitcoin the momentum, why it just shot up, is because of short liquidations. Yes, take a look at this. I'm going to refresh. I've been talking about this for the past few days. The green bars are shorts being liquidated, and look at the one that just happened right now. Although this is not even that accurate. So on CoinAnalyze, you can see that all the shorts have been liquidated, right, including tonight's, which showed 354 million. But on this other web page that actually gives you more statistics, it's showing closer to 900 million of shorts being liquidated. Close to $1 billion worth of shorts. And when you have a short squeeze, this is what happened. Unfortunately, we saw the reverse of that, a long squeeze, way too much, about 2 months ago. And then now we're finally getting some payback, right? Mark, appreciate that. Thank you. How do you see Litecoin going? Let's not talk about Litecoin. So right now, what's really driving things is, of course, all these liquidations, and they're no good. Okay, I've always said I don't like to see anyone get liquidated. Not even the shorts, not even the bears. Although I gotta admit, it feels pretty good. But this is what happens when you leverage. Not only do you set yourself to get wrecked, but you also contribute to everyone else, right? And for those of us that are bulls, we kind of like to see the shorts get liquidated, because this is what happens. You get a short squeeze, right? And what's interesting about this is today it was announced FTX decided that they're going to cut off their 100x leverage. They're going to limit it to only 20, and though 20 you could get wrecked pretty fast too. FTX, which is one of the biggest derivative exchanges out there, they're not doing 100, and guess what? Guess who's following? CZ also just tweeted that they will just be going to limit their users to 20x leverage too on Binance. So this is also fantastic. I've always said leverage, is not a good thing, especially with crypto. With stocks and other things, it's very hard. Leverage doesn't exist. You can play with options, but still, leverage doesn't exist. And too many newcomers come into the space and get absolutely wrecked, right? So I think limiting limiting leverage is actually a really good step forward, right? And I think this is going to help. This is going to help the community overall. It's going to make more people simply buy and hold, and that's what we want to see. So that's number one. You have a whole bunch of shorts being liquidated. And number two, and this is a big one, and it's still a rumor, but I don't know. I think this is pretty much confirmed. Amazon, or at least the insider from Amazon, declares that Amazon is going all in with Bitcoin and with their own crypto. Okay? CJ, not CZ. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's what I try to do. Keep you guys in the game. I want to see everyone in the game, because life-changing wealth can be had if you stay in the game. And when things are, volatile, I get it, right? But this is why you stay in, because there will be good days. It's not going to be bad days forever. There will be good days, and they're going to be tremendous, like tonight. And there's going to be more of tonight going forward. So, according to this insider, Amazon for sure is going to allow Bitcoin payments this year, before the end of this year. And this is coming from high up, really high up, meaning it's like someone like Bezos that is making this happen. Even though Bezos is stepping away, that someone as high as him, and maybe the new CEO, is pushing that Amazon be the leader of crypto payments, and they will be accepting Bitcoin in the near future. And not only that, they plan on expanding their whole ecosystem and making this very encompassing. And I mentioned about possibly having Amazon coin. Well, according to this insider, that is also coming. Not this year, but early 2022. And I bet with all this, they're going to introduce a wallet. Now, some people have speculated maybe they're just going to use Flexa and utilize the Flexa wallet and utilize Flexa for payments, which could be a possibility. But it could also be possible that they are developing their own full-fledged wallet that users can use to buy Bitcoin or use Bitcoin to pay, and also use it to buy Amazon coin when it gets released, right? But according to this insider, Amazon is going to enter in hard. They're not just going to do little things, test the waters or whatever. They're going to go in hard. And who knows? Maybe they're going to be buying Bitcoin too and hold it in their within their balance sheet, right? I don't know. But this is also very, very positive. I can't wait for it. Crypto Galaxy says ANRX on fire, next Axie, game launch in 10. Okay, the Bulls are back, Ryan. That's definitely the case. So this is also pretty positive. This could be one of the reasons why things are going up. Maybe, maybe Amazon started buying. They bought so much, the OTC market dried up and drove things up. Maybe, who knows? And we know Amazon recently came out with a job listing for digital currency and blockchain product lead. Unlike other tech companies or companies in general, where they try to hide any job postings that relate to crypto, not Amazon. I mean, they're putting it right there. Digital currency and blockchain lead. They're not trying to hide into a payment specialist or a payment lead or whatever. They're not hiding it. And in here, they talk about crypto plenty, right? So, hey, if you guys are in Seattle, why not? Why not apply? So this is also very, very, very positive. So we have a lot of good things going on. You have short liquidation, short squeeze. You have exchanges getting rid of these crazy leverage, at least some of it. You have Amazon that seems to be ready to just go all in on Bitcoin and crypto. And, I mentioned other little small things too. I mean, this morning I talked about how, now you have pension companies that's investing in Bitcoin miners, not Bitcoin directly, but miners. It's a start. And obviously investing a $30 billion pension, take stake in Riot and Marathon, also shows that pension funds among family offices, among hedge funds and VCs, they can't get enough of Bitcoin and crypto right now. this is why I always stress, look at what's happening behind the scenes. Not so much day-to-day charts, not so much the fudders that tell you that everything's dead and we're about to enter a next 3-year, bear cycle. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. Why would all these guys get in if that's the case? No, it doesn't make any sense. And pretty soon, if you live in a city with Circle K convenience store, you're going to see one of these bad boys. You're going to see a Bitcoin ATM. So it has been announced that Bitcoin Depot is basically putting a Bitcoin ATM in every Circle K out there. Circle K is huge overseas, but there's a good amount within US and Canada, and it's basically going everywhere. So this is also very positive. The number of ways for people to FOMO into Bitcoin has grown tremendously within the last year. Not only can you get it through ATMs, you can hop on PayPal. 355 million users on PayPal can get on and buy Bitcoin right away. Robinhood, Webull, their stock brokerages, they allow you to buy Bitcoin. Not only that, of course, you have Voyager, you have Coinbase, you have Gemini, you have KuCoin, you have Binance, you have FTX, you have Gate.io. I mean, you have a plethora of exchanges that is out there that's looking to serve users. So the number of ways that users can now FOMO in also has grown, right? So this is all very, very, very positive, guys. And I don't have any new on-chain metrics. But I've been showing you guys on-chain metrics left and right about how the whales are accumulating, retail investors are accumulating, and all signs point a reversal that we are going to be heading up. There's been so much I've been showing you guys about bottoms and how everyone is accumulating, except the price wasn't moving yet. But it's going to catch up. And that's what we're seeing right now, right? We're starting to see Bitcoin's price come back up, right? And as the miners spin up more and more in the North America, region and other regions outside of China, this is also going to drive things up. They no longer have to sell; they have to accumulate. And I've shown statistics about them going, accumulating more too. So everything is pointing in the right direction. Everything is pointing. Man, almost 10,000 people watching. You guys all need to smash the like, subscribe to the channel. If you missed anything, I hope you didn't. It's good. Bob, Jordan sent us. Jordan's a good guy. I like Jordan. Thanks for being anti-FUD. Appreciate it. Jordan, also here. Let's go. Down with the Bears. Yes. Huge thanks. Got in crypto in February. Experienced first run up, then FUD. It's been a rodeo, but you've been keeping us level-headed. That's what I try to do. I believe everyone can win at the game of crypto. You just have to have patience. You have to invest in the right projects. And you got to DCA and HODL. Okay, that's what you need to do. Darren, big super chat. Thanks from all of us for DCA HODL advice during dark time. Hopefully we're on our way out. Smart call on Friday nights. Please keep us posted on Patreon about your Texas trip. I will have two. I'll let you guys know. That's no problem. All right. Jordan said George owns him a car. Why? Did I make you did I distract you on your way to McDonald's, Jordan? I was thinking, honestly, before I was thinking about doing a car giveaway, and then I thought that was like too gimmicky, or so I never decided to do that. But I do have a giveaway on my Twitter, and hopefully you guys have been looking into it. Those ETH by the end of the year is going to be much higher, 10,000 plus each. So you don't want to miss out on those. I've been waiting for 10 weeks to see gains. Thank you. You know what? Speaking of gains, yeah, NB Pro's up tremendously. I've been trying to figure out why, and I think I have. But remember the portfolio I've been building, right? Take a look at it. The portfolio is now up $775. That's not too shabby. I put in about 5,400. I started 5,000, been DCAing $100 per week, right? And it wasn't always good. I mean, it dipped a few times. Look at it. It dipped right here, and I was down like, I don't know, $200-300, and look at it now, right? This is the point of why I built this, to show you guys the power of DCA. Now, you could argue, well, you chose a good point, right? Well, I mean, we were stuck in the 30s for so long. Any of you guys could have started this when Bitcoin was in the 30s, 31, 30, 29, right? Plenty of you guys could have done that, but I'm going to keep doing this DCA for the rest of the year, $100 every single week, and we'll see where this ends up. But right now, it's over about 15% gain for, what, a month? Yeah, that's within the last month when Bitcoin is just basically going sideways. And, some of you guys, were mentioning about B Pro. So look at a 7-day change. Some big winners like Theta. I told you guys about Theta. I love Theta, up almost 50% for the last week. A lot of 20% gainers, Bitcoin, Ethereum gainers. Binance coin is kind of weak. That's surprising. But take a look. B Pro is up 100% within the last week. So I'm glad to see they are doing well. But overall, I mean, all of your favorite altcoins should be doing well at this point, because when you have a good rally, everything kind of goes up in tandem, right? And you look at overall market cap, 1.5 trillion. That's what, 200 billion? 200 billion within like a day, within 12 hours. I can't even imagine a number of I can't imagine the amount of money that came in. Someone made a huge buy. Someone or some entity or someone, or a number just decided to buy in, caused almost $1 billion worth of, liquidations, and drove things up, right? So things are looking pretty good. And here's the thing. Here's the thing to remember. Usually Fridays or Sundays of the last week gets kind of iffy. You know why? Because the last Friday, is futures and options expiration, which hasn't worked so well within the last few months. We have seen some volatility the last week, right? But seeing what Bitcoin is doing now, we could see some good volatility this week leading up to Friday. Options and futures, right, could really drive things up this week. I've told you guys that. Futures expiration, options expiration week doesn't always mean that it's bad. There has been times where you have seen some tremendous move upwards too because of it. So that's also something to remember for this week. And we'll see. We'll see if this continues, if this run continues. Could we see past 41,000 by tomorrow? Where's my fancy lines here? I don't have all the fanciest lines like Jordan. He has some crazy lines. But I use the basic stuff. And, if you look at this channel that I've been talking about forever, 41 and 30, even though we dipped down a little bit to 28, 29-ish. But we've been pretty much, stuck in here, and we haven't formed any lower lows. So that's positive. So can we break? I know we're going to hit 41 soon, whether that's tomorrow or Tuesday. But the question is, can we break through? If we break through, you can see there's very little resistance up here. Maybe like a resistance right here about 49, 50,000. So you go straight from 41 to 50,000 and 50, of course, to 60,000. And then we'll be right back on track. And no one will ever remember this. Okay, that's the funny thing with crypto. Things move so fast. Once we get back up to 60, no one's going to remember that we hovered for 2 months in the 30s. No one will. That's how it always is, right? That's why when we do have something like this, when we're just kind of going sideways and just not doing much, right? That's why I help you guys stay focused, stay in the game, look at long-term investments, not short-term trading, because that's how you win. That's how you win at a game of crypto, right? So looking pretty darn good. All right, did I miss any super chats? You and Jordan are the best from Puerto Rico. I'm envious of you because you don't have to pay any capital gains tax. Any thoughts on where Matic can go? Matic can go to the moon as far as I'm concerned. I like Matic. I like him a lot. And the new autograph NFT marketplace from Tom Brady is on Polygon. It's on Matic. They're hiding it, but it is. When you go create a mint NFT, it's on Polygon. I don't know why they're hiding it, but that could definitely help them go forward. Looking like Chainlink summer starting again. That's always, yes, I like Chainlink quite a bit. That's do ATMs allow withdrawals through personal wallets? You know what? That's a good question. I don't know if you could only withdraw from their wallets or your own. I never tried. Cal says, love Jordan. All right, scrolling down, down. Someone says Voyager is down. Is that true? A lot of exchanges go down when volume is exploding. So let me see if I can log in my Voyager. Yeah, unfortunately, Voyager says system maintenance. So there you go. A lot of people is trying to FOMO in right now, right? So unfortunately, there's still some technical difficulties from some of these exchanges, but hopefully they'll get back. What is it? Gene says, when we hit 100K, I'm buying something. Buy me a Lambo. Road to 100K, price has started. You know what? 100K, when I was talking about 100K, when Bitcoin was at 3,000, people just laughed. Like, no one really believed, other than maybe me and a few others. No one really believed that Bitcoin could go to 100K. And I'm talking about like down here, okay? When Bitcoin fell to 3,800, or even when Bitcoin was hovering around, 10K or so, or 8K, 7K. I'm talking about like over here, I was saying, guys, stay focused, okay? We were at 20,000 not too long ago, even though we're down to 3,000 or back down to like 5,000, 7,000. The prize is 100,000 plus, and we will see it the next cycle, right? But when you say it around here, it really just like, it doesn't have a whole lot of weight to it because people just don't believe. At least 99% of the people don't believe. But when we were at 64,000, did it really seem like 100K was that much off? No. It seemed like it was right around the corner, right? And that's what I see it. That's why I see 100K being around the corner, because right now, even though we had just all this FUD about, the bear market starting again, we're still in above 30,000. We're closing in at 40,000, which means we could close back up to 60,000 in no time. And once we get to 60,000, does that feel like it's impossible to reach 100K? No, it does not. Right? So that's why you guys want to stay in the game. You don't want to be FUD'd out. Too many people, too much media has been spreading too much FUD. Right? So you got to ignore the FUD. Pay attention to what's truly happening behind the scenes, and you will be shocked. You'll be shocked how much advancement, utility, adoption, and buying there actually is behind the scenes. These as George, I have a car loan worth 18K. Should I pay it off when the market swings back up to being debt free? That sounds like a pretty good plan. If you have crypto profits and you have a lot of it and you could pay off some of your debt, that sounds like a good plan to me. So, who's that guy? Dave Ramsey. If you called in his show, he would definitely tell you. Well, he would tell you to sell all your crypto right now because he thinks everything's a scam. But one thing I do agree with him is like, hey, if you're deeply in debt and you have the ability to pay it off, but you choose not to, well, that's on you then, right? So I do think so. Connor, appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Lambo, which color? I would say that lime green. Lime green. Love it. Amazon news caused the pump. Well, it could have, or it could be someone that decided, hey, it was time to buy and liquidate all those shorts. Would you DCA while prices are pumping higher? Yes, if you're truly doing DCA, you're buying on a schedule, then it does not matter if the price goes up or down. You're doing it based on a schedule every Wednesday, every Friday, right? Like what I've been showing you guys with my portfolio. I've been doing this every Wednesday. Okay, so this coming Wednesday, Bitcoin, even if Bitcoin's above 40,000, does that mean I'm just not going to DCA into this portfolio? No, that's the whole point of DCA. You buy up or down. You just set a schedule, and if you go by, if you truly cost average like this, and you put in $100 or $50 or $20 or whatever it may be, and you just calculate, man, if you use a calculator like this, you'll see how much you would make just by setting a schedule, right? With Bitcoin, with Ethereum, with all the good crypto out there. So that's the whole point of this. So yeah, that's why, to answer your question, yes. All right, scrolling down. Is Amazon buying? Quite possibly. I'm buying VeChain all the way up. I mean, honestly, the last 2 months have been really good in terms of, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's almost like a gift for people that have gotten in late. People that got in early, January, February, or even December or November last year, you saw tremendous gains, right? And it carried all the way until April and about May. And May is when things came down. But it came down to the level basically back in January and February. It's like you got in a time machine and you went back. So it was really a gift, like we reset, and you could have bought crypto at the same prices, right? But many, unfortunately, didn't see that. And I know some bought at top and a lot just got out. For example, I shared my story. I met a fan from Best Buy yesterday that did the same thing. He got in at Ethereum at 4,000. He told me, I panic sold, right? Unfortunately, that's looking like it's a bad decision. And he was telling me he was trying to, get back in. I hope he does, but I told him the number one thing is to be patient. Even when things are looking so darn good, like right now, right? A lot of you guys are watching. It's like, oh, I could have bought yesterday. I could have bought 2 days ago. Now I should FOMO in, right? Even if you're trying to get in right now, have patience, okay? Don't just go all in. Spread out your buys, spread out or set a schedule and never invest more than what you can afford to lose, okay? So those are important things. So, yes. Case Kusama has been doing better than Polkadot. Polkadot has actually been doing pretty poorly compared to its peers. Polkadot over the last 30 days have, been just sideways, but you compare it to, say, Ethereum or Binance Coin and Cardano or Uniswap, it's definitely down, right? And that's because Kusama has been doing a little better with their parachains. I bought the fear, just like you said, paying off big time. I'm glad to hear that, William. Base protocol, price movements. I don't know anything about Steven. Steven, I don't know anything about base protocol. With the governments having crypto under microscope, why wouldn't a big sell-off happen past the new year to extend tech debt, longer cycle? Maybe. There's no definitive cutoff date where crypto has to go down. Traditionally it has been at the end of the year, but there's no real cutoff date. Right, so in terms of this cycle stretching into 2022, definitely it couldn't happen. And all this government regulations, more like stable coins right now. Stable coins as securities, these are things that has been around for quite some time. We know that the governments and regulators, they take a while to catch up, right? So whether or not they really, really hold back crypto in any significant way, that's to be determined. Would you pause, Josh asked, would you pause DCA when profit taking close to the top? Otherwise, wouldn't they cancel each other out? Yes. So you have to decide. That's more of an advanced strategy, Josh. If you're truly DCA, most people that DCA, they do it for years. And they don't think about profit taking. And here's why. Because when you profit take, You have to worry about paying capital gains tax, and they're basically holding a long term, right? Because they're playing with money that they really don't need, and they're just holding a long term. But for other people, they want to DCA and, ride the wave up, but they also don't want to ride it all the way down in case it happens, right? So if that's the case, then you have to decide when to pause DCA and start taking profits on the way up. So that is something that you have to decide. So there's two ways to play it, right? I would say most people in the space would choose a second. If you know a blow off top is coming, then yeah, it's smart to take profits along the way. But for some, they're just holding long term, right? And it's hard to time when that blow off top really is. If you see Bitcoin shoot past 100,000 and go to 200, 300,000 really, really quickly, then I would say, yeah, that's signs of a blow off top. But if we just hit 100,000 and start going sideways, right, and not doing a lot, and then we start slowly creeping up, then yeah, the cycle could continue into 2022. There's no reason why it has to come down starting in 2022. All right. Scrolling down. AMP has done really, really well today. 12,000 people watching. Yeah, welcome. Hit the like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. AMP and Amazon, Flex. It's more like Flex on Amazon. AMP is just a collateral token. I think a lot of people don't understand that. It's used for payments to settle really quick. So people are going to use Bitcoin to pay for things. You don't have to wait 10 minutes. You use AMP as a collateral token. There's a rumor that may happen. I think BitBoy even said that's why he bought AMP. That's what people told me. But regardless if that happens or not, Flex and AMP are a good project. I do like them. But I have a feeling that Amazon's going to do their own thing. They want their control. I mean, they're so big. They could come out the wallet and crypto like it's nothing. And they could accept Bitcoin payments like it's nothing. So I think that is coming regardless. Oliver, I will be covering a starting coverage on Vim World in the near future, but it looks pretty promising. NFTs, gaming NFTs, they're really, really hot right now. Really, really hot. So we know that, NFTs like shot up to the moon, came down because of the market and also because of oversaturation, but now it's starting to come up once again. NFTs, just like DeFi, I don't think it's going to go away. It might evolve to something else, like Axis Infinity seems to have, cracked the code, and Axis Infinity has just kept going up and up and up, and like it treated the last 2 months like nothing. It just kept going up. And, that's the power of games. That's the power of like very addictive games, viral games that's well thought out. And that could definitely drive the market higher. What's SXPs? Swipe? They're just like, not very exciting. Swipe is just like a universal wallet that was bought by Binance. So not that exciting. I think they have some DeFi built into there, but Billy, I appreciate it. No need for a kiss, but I appreciate the support. I'm glad I have helped you. Man, so many shorts busted. Some of you guys may have missed this. Just refreshing. I mean, that's crazy right now. The shorts, man, they got wrecked. But I don't really feel sorry for them because longs were getting wrecked. So now it's time to flip. So next step for Bitcoin is to reach 41,000. It couldn't break it back in June 15th, a little bit over a month ago. So that's going to be the next critical point, right? If we could crack that, the next step is 50,000, that's 60,000, right? So is it time? Well, Amazon, if they're going to go all in, they'll definitely drive things higher. This week, we have Tesla earnings, which is, I think, tomorrow. Obviously, they're still in Bitcoin. Are they going to announce something? I don't know. You know what? Apple is also reporting. Apple's reporting on Tuesday. Rumors that Apple bought 2 or 2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Is that real? Who knows? Maybe. And who knows who else reports. Maybe that'll be a catalyst to drive things further up too. Right? We know everyone is trying to get a piece of Bitcoin right now. Everyone is trying to get a piece. So, right now, I would not be surprised, like, every week, every few weeks, we start hearing more and more about, random companies that's buying. We know that's just happening. Not everyone announces it right away. Some people wait. Some people wait until the quarterlies to announce it. Some people don't even announce it, and people have to dig their financials to see it. But we know that Bitcoin is scarce. People are trying to get as much as they can, and this number, in terms of how much these public trade companies, countries, ETFs, funds are buying, just keeps going up. Keeps going up and up and up, right? So these guys are buying while price goes down. And these guys are buying when price goes up. And overall, you just have a whole lot of buying. That's simply it. That's simply it. All right, what's your advice on dollar cost average, daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? It depends on your financial situation. It really does. If you get a paycheck every 2 weeks, do it every paycheck, right? Or maybe do it once every month. It really depends how much you could afford to put in. Do you think this is a pump and dump, or we'll hold it a while at 38K and go up higher? I think, anything that goes up quite a bit like this, if you look at some of the indicators, they are overbought at this point. So I would not be surprised if we hold here or even come down a little bit before continuing up. That's usually how it is. But besides the short-term indicators, all the long-term metrics, on-chain metrics, all show that things should be going up, and now now the price is catching up, right? So Carlson never been worried people getting too bearish. It's not a short-term thing. DCA and buy BCA for generational wealth. That's exactly right. Generational wealth, aka life-changing wealth, aka wife-changing wealth, or aka husband-changing wealth, depending on your situation. But yeah, this Bitcoin and crypto has made so many people millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires, and most, if not all of them, attain that by buying and holding. Not through trading, by buying and holding. And they continue to hold. That's why vast majority of Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything else that's out there is held. Very little of it is actually being traded. That's why I always make the point that you look at Bitcoin's price or Ethereum price or, Binance Coin's price or Cardano's price. You're looking at what the order books are dictating them to be, but it's a very, very small amount of the overall supply. Like 77% of Bitcoin is held in cold wallets that has never moved. And same thing with Ethereum, and same thing with Binance Coin, and all these things. Maybe not all, but a lot of them are like that. So, yeah. Ernest, big super chat. Enjoy your show. Good job. Let me know if you're ever in the market for motorcycles. Motorcycles is just not something I'm interested in. I've never been into motorcycles. I've always been into cars. I would take any car over any motorcycle any day. Sorry, but I appreciate the offer. Hey, another George. There we go. All right. I hate to let you guys go when almost 13,000 people is here. 12,887. That kind of shows you how suppressed we were and how unexciting things have been for people. And now everyone is feeling good, feeling excited, getting this release, like a 2-month release. But this is just really the beginning. This is really just the beginning. There's going to be a lot more of this. There's going to be volatility. On this way up to 100,000 and beyond, we're going to see more up and downs. That's for sure. I've always said volatility is the price of admission for crypto. We're going to see more of that. But again, if you're in it to invest, you're in it for generational or life-changing wealth, then You continue to DCA, buy the dips, or DCA and hodl, and don't make any rash decisions. Ignore volatility, ignore media-driven FUD, and really pay attention to the projects that you're holding on to, and that's really it. It's that simple. It's the simplest thing. I think people overcomplicate things sometimes. Any project and projects get into insurance. Insurance projects I'm not a fan of at all. Not a fan of at all. Can you explain the 48K with on Binance Futures for BTC? I'm not sure if there's like expirations or how many contracts. I'm not sure what you're referring to. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. That's it. I rambled on enough. Overall, Bitcoin is doing fantastic, okay? Doing fantastic today. The volume has definitely picked up. I mean, look at these green volume candle bars, right? Volume has picked up quite tremendously. We have shattered through two important resistances, and things are just looking good. There's no other way to put it. Things are looking good. We're getting a good recovery. Bitcoin is doing well. Altcoins are doing well, right? And we're moving into an expiration and options expiration week. Usually, if we're going to have a bad week, Sunday is kind of an indicator that right now is showing what could be coming there this week. We could be seeing 41K, and then if we get past that, well, then you know it's going to be fantastic, right? So let's see what happens tonight. Moving to tomorrow, Asia is probably up already. In a few hours, Europe will be up, and then in a few more hours, America's going to be up, right? So we'll see what happens. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.